Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel All About BI, and I'm happy to have crossed 20k subscribers here in the channel. Even though I've been saying that the growth is really slow, but I'm happy with whatever the growth is. Okay, even the smallest of growth is giving me the happiness. I would like to thank all the viewers, subscribers, family, friends who have been with me all through to achieve this feat. Okay, all right. So let's go back to the discussion today. We have been discussing about triggers in Fabric. So I would like to cover schedule trigger today, which is the basic trigger among all type of triggers that we know. So schedule triggers, we know that it is used to schedule pipeline execution at particular times every hour or daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis. Okay, I'll take you through the settings that are available for Microsoft Fabric pipelines compared to ADF settings, right? So I have a pipeline open. If I want to implement a schedule trigger, I just click on it, and the very first thing that you would be needing to do is to click the schedule run on, and it gives you various frequencies by the minute, which is the least or most granular level of frequency that we can choose. If you choose by the minute, you will be having option to execute it every 10 minutes. Okay, so for example, if you have a requirement to trigger your pipeline every 10 minutes, you can use this option by the minute. And then if you want to trigger it every hour, for example, I want to trigger every 2 hours, I can just mention it here. And then one thing that we need to observe in all type of frequencies is start time and then end time. Okay, in ADF and Synapse, it's not a mandatory field to enter the end date and time. Okay, but here in Fabric, it is a mandatory field. Only when you choose the end time for your trigger, you will be able to apply the settings and it will get triggered automatically. Okay, that is one change that is visible in Fabric compared to ADF and Synapse. Okay, so the very first is by the minute. Here, if we choose every 10 minutes run my pipeline, irrespective of the day, time, whether it's a weekday or weekend, it's going to run your pipeline every 10 minutes. Okay, this is the least level of granularity that we can see here. And if it's not the case, if you are choosing hourly, you have the option to mention just hours every 2 hours from the given date and time. For example, if I choose today's date, which is Sunday, and I'll say Sunday 8 p.m. From Sunday 8 p.m. you have to keep on running my pipeline. Okay. If I say that I'm choosing a end date here as well, up to 20th, you can keep on running my pipeline. So it will start running at 8 p.m. today, and then after that every 2 hours, 10 p.m., 12 a.m., and then 2 a.m., 4 a.m. So every 2 hours my pipeline is going to be triggered. Okay, so that is all about hourly frequency here. And the third one is daily. So when you choose daily, you have option to add different time settings here. So for example, I want to execute my pipeline at a specific time interval. For example, I want it to run at 6 a.m. and then at 8 a.m. and in between every 10 minutes. For example, I might be getting data from my upstream between these two time intervals only. Every 10 minutes, I have to keep on refreshing my pipeline. So this is the requirement. So in ADF, how we would have done this is we would have added hourly 6 and 7 a.m. At 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. it would run. Okay, every 10 minutes, I would say. This is one trigger. So this will be scheduling my pipeline at 6, 6:10 up to 7:50. Okay, and then I would have to add one more trigger for 8 a.m. run. So there would be a need for us to implement two triggers in order to achieve this requirement. I'll be giving a link to one of my earlier videos that I have discussed if you want to just go and check how it works in ADF. Okay, but here in Fabric, how we can implement the same is no need of two triggers, but you just have to keep on adding how much ever times you want. So for example, the same requirement, if I want to implement, right, every day I have to run my pipeline at exactly at 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. and in between every 10 minutes if I want to do it, right, so I can do the design like this. Okay, 6:10, 6:20, 6:30. I can keep on adding time like this. So how many time intervals we will be mentioning? One at 6 and one at 8, which is 2, and in between 5 time intervals: 6:10, 6:20, 6:30, 6:40, and 6:50, which is 5 interval. Similarly, between 7 to 8, 5 more intervals. Okay, so this is how we have to implement a logic which requires us to run the pipeline at a specific time and at a specific interval between those times. Okay, again you'll have to choose end date and time, and then time zone. So this time zone, as you all know, it is chosen in order to run the pipeline at a particular time zone. Okay, 8 p.m. India is not the same as 8 p.m. Eastern, right? So if your pipeline has to be run at a particular time zone like Eastern or Central or IST, right, you'll have to choose accordingly. So by default I chose UTC plus 5:30, which is nothing but IST time, right? So, and what else is there? We have seen by the minute, hourly, and daily. Weekly is a very simple option. If you do not want to run your pipeline on the weekends, just choose the weekdays and mention a time, one or more times here. Okay, and then monthly. Monthly is a very beautiful setting here. I want it to run every month. Okay, on on day, you can just mention the number, first day of every month. Okay, which will be running the pipeline exactly at the first day of every month. Okay, first day of Jan, first day of February, until first day of December. Okay, so this is like that. So if you do not want to choose by the date or by the number, first day, second day, third day, you don't have to do it, but you have a requirement based on your day of a month. For example, every first Monday I have to run my pipeline. If you have such requirement, I can choose first Monday. Okay, so this is how we can leverage the monthly trigger window. Okay, so first Monday, there are multiple projects which have such requirements. First Monday or last Friday, you have many such frequency requirements. You can make use of this drop downs in order to implement all that. Okay, so that's all with the schedule trigger. Nothing much basically. These are all very simple settings, yet very powerful and useful settings in a real-time basis when we implement some pipelines in Fabric. So just try and let me know if you have any questions, or if you have any experience using this, and if it failed to run at a particular time, any positive or negative cases if you have come across, I wish you post it in the comment section so that it's going to be useful for the 20k plus subscribers that we are having here. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting the channel. Until we meet next time, bye bye.